The problems that we can use a ratio to solve in the real life are very many, right? They are numerous. So one thing this ratio does in the real life is that you use that to compare things, so it to show some comparison between things, right? So that is a whole lot, or there are so many things we can compare in this life. So mathematics make it in general in such a way that whatever the problems may be, we can use that to solve that. This is what I always have at my disposal. This is a tool, right? So this is a marker, a whiteboard marker that is helping me to write on this whiteboard for you to see clearly, right? So the problems that this thing can solve here is that, let's say this is a very simple scenario. We have that two students to one computer in certain lab, right? So maybe some computer lab. Once again, if this is in your school or maybe in your country, just comment my country and mention your country in the comment section. Who knows? Maybe you can have help from any other individuals or an organization. Is that okay? That, but this is not necessarily a very difficult issue, but we are using that to have a fair idea on how to deal with ratio or how to solve problem like this by the end of this video. So make sure that you stay here to the end so that you don't miss any single step in these things. Now, how do you go about it? When I have a case whereby we have something that goes like this, so once again, if you have a two students using one computer as a computer lab, so maybe how do you compare that? So in the comparison game, we can even rewrite this one by saying that two students are sharing what? Just a computer. So this is in the division form, right? So this is the you see how connection in mathematics goes. By the way, if you are new to our channel, just make sure that you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any content like this. So now, to have another way of understanding that, if you say a bowl, so you have this bowl has what? Maybe some fruit. You see, these are fruits, right? So this my sorry, this is what? A very beautiful fruit here. So these are fruit here. So we can say that this bowl here. So this is a bowl, right? So this bowl here has what? Uh, can this be an orange? So let's say this is an orange, and this one will be maybe an apple, right? So you say apple. So a bowl contains two of the oranges, and then this is a three of the apples. So this is a two, and then three of this. So what are we doing? We are doing comparison by saying that this bowl has two apple to what? Two oranges to what? To three apples, right? So two is to what? Is to three. Two is to what? Is to three. Is that okay? So that is just a very simple comparison that we are dealing with here. So once we have a fair idea on how to a ratio work, we can easily solve questions that goes like this. What the heck can you do this thing if you don't understand the basic way of doing that? That is why once again you have to subscribe if you are new to this channel here. You help us reach 1K, so you'll be glad if you can help us do reach to that 1 point. Right? Okay, so let's move on. So how do you deal with things that goes like this? Let's break the problem down for a clear and a very straightforward understanding here. Now, we've already seen the meaning of a ratio, right? So 2 is to 1. We've already seen that. We have this idea in our mind. So what will happen if I say this is exactly equal to, should I bring some letters in here, is to b? What are we trying to say here? So 2 is to 1. We know that this is a two student. Is that okay? And then this is a computer. Alright, so you have a computer here. Okay, and then everything here is equal to what? Equal to what? If you say two students are sharing just a computer, so we say that that is equal to another people here to what? Another item. So the whole idea of understanding or solving this problem is to have that this is what? An equal to sign, right? So equal to sign. What equal to means is that they are the same. They are the same. Whatever is here is the same thing that is here. Are you getting the point? Whatever is here is the same thing that is here because of this equal to sign. Have you got a point? So when I say let's say let's say $5 is equal to one shirt here. One shirt. What it means is that if you have $5 here, I can easily what have what one shirt. Does it make sense? That is the meaning of the equal to sign. So that is what the equivalent between these two things here. So you are exchanging. So give me $5 and I'll give you one shirt. So when I give you one shirt, you give me $5. The other way around. Is that okay? That is all that we are dealing with in this particular point. So once you have this basic here, I believe you can solve this problem here. So back to this here, we can say that this 2 here is equal to A. Our A is equal to 2, and then 1 here is also equal to the B. Does it make sense? Because of the equality between these two people here, right? Because they all have the same thing. We can't say this semicolon or the column here. This is the column, right? So this is the column. So this column here, they don't have anything. So we can say that this and this are also the same. So automatically, so obviously everything here is equal to that. So once we have that idea, we can say that these people here is also equal to whatever is on the right hand side. But how do you deal with this? Back to this problem here is us. We already seen that if you have something, two students are sharing one computer, we can rewrite this thing to be something. This is what we had some earlier on, right? So once we have this, and this also can be written as well. Two people are sharing what, just a computer. That is the idea, right? So if that is the case, why don't we bring our idea this to this, and let's say 3x squared, we don't know this 3x squared people. So let's have it just simple like that. This 3x squared people, right? So 3s square people are sharing what, 8 things. So whatever is it, is that okay? Right? So this thing can be a dex, this thing can be anything, because this number here, it can be anything, it can be anything of this variable here. So it can be anything of it. So everything is going to be equal to 24 over 16. Someone may ask, why are we converting? So this is how easily we can solve this one, because we know some of the steps in dealing with or solving something that goes like this. Is that okay? So how do you solve this? Someone may choose to reduce this guy down first before he or she proceed in solving the problem, or the other way around is that you say, so the way of solving this thing by multiply this by this. If you know how to convert a fraction to maybe a linear, that is why you need to subscribe to this channel, so that you see some of those technical terms can be breakdown for you to have a better understanding, right? So you know that this guy and this guy goes away, so we have the x squared, that is going to be everything here. So how do you solve this? So with a second, let me pause the video. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below if you have any issue. Also, if you are gaining some value from this video, why don't you give us a thumbs up? This will help the YouTube algorithm to, or maybe let us know that okay, many people are in need of solving these things, so that we can upload more videos for you guys in the future. Now, the value of this, the value for everything is going to be 12, right? So once you have that, if you're having a different answer, don't hesitate to comment. Because of you, that's why we are on this channel. So just make sure that we communicate in the comment section below, right? Okay, perfect. So how are you going to solve this? We make sure you divide here by 3, divide here. We have our x squared, that is going to be equal to 4. So what about this here? So this is where this guy here, this exponent 2 here, has to vanish. The only way this guy can vanish is to take a square root of this and then take square root of that. So this guy and this one cancel outside. So we have our x here equal to square root of 4 here is going to be either positive or negative 2. Do you agree? Right. If you don't agree, that is why you need to comment once again. We have a full video on how to deal with radical or surd. So I can send you that link once you comment how on this particular thing here, right? Okay, now this is there's a condition that says that the x here has to be greater than 0. Whatever the values that we are having here has to be greater than 0. We don't want these people. Obviously people can never be 0, right? So we have a peoples here. So these are peoples here that are sharing something to be 8. We don't want this here to be 0. We want some number to be there. That's why we say that this guy here has to be greater than 0. Is that okay? So if this thing is greater than 0, then it means that we are going for the values of 2 to be equal to the values of this x here to be equal to 2, right? It's very simple and straightforward, right? So the x here is going to be equal to 2. So okay, you can verify and see, is it indeed this thing is equal to this? So how do you verify that? We just plug in the 2 into this thing here. So we have our 3 into bracket 2 square equal to 8. Everything here is equal to 24 is to 16. So this guy squared here, that is going to be 4 multiplied by that, that's going to be this guy here has to be 4, right? So 2 squared goes to 4 multiplied by that, that's going to be 12 is to 8, and then we have 24 is to 16, right? Someone may say, who this and this, are they the same? What do you think? Of course, they are the same. How do you do that? So if I divide this guy by 2 and then divide this guy, because they have a common factor to be 2 within them, right? So the 2, divide this one by 2, I'm going to have 12. And then if I divide this one, I'm going to have us. Obviously, this and this are the same. Have you see that? So that was a very thumbs up all to all of you being on this channel to this point here. Okay. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to the channel for more lessons.